What's up, YouTube? It's your boy, Angry Jackalope, recovering from all my teeth coming out. Now I'm wearing these dentures and learning how to talk again. So have some patience. Bear with me. These dentures are causing all kinds of problems. First and foremost, I can't eat very well. So I've been eating soups and some other stuff, which has just been running havoc on my stomach. So you might hear my stomach going blah, 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 blah. It's because I'm fucking hungry and can't really eat. So, anyway. But the show must go on. So I'm going to try to do this. This is not as bad, I think, as like the real-time story time. I think this is going to affect the real-time story time a lot more. Just because it's hard to talk. See, you don't think about how much your teeth work with your damn mouth, but they do a lot, and it's fucking crazy. Crazy. My wife keeps laughing at me. It pisses me off. She's like, I'll say something, and she just starts laughing. I'm like, you fucking asshole. That's so fucked up, you know? But anyway, what's up, Backwoods? What's up, Yak? What's up, Vixen? What's up, Paula? What's up, Stalking? What's up, Lyra? So, I've been practicing talking since I put these bitches in. And it's going to take some time. So I'm really kind of bummed out about it because I had, first, the pain, whatever, I could deal with it. But not being able to speak the way I want to, that's fucking irritating. It's irritating. And then the second thing is eating, right? What I learned is with dentures, you eat with your back. You can't really use the front very well because it's retarded. They're like baby teeth. They're like really small. So you look at them, they look fine. But from a functional point of view, it's not desirable at all. It's not desirable at all. Let's try the creepy stories about skinwalkers and Wendigos. Just a flying visit. Hey, what's up, Tenchi? So, bear with me, guys. I have no idea how long it's going to take for me to learn how to speak again. But let's just pretend I'm the Samuel Jackson character on Kingsman. He had that little slight speech impediment, it's like, oh man, make me get all nauseous when I see a dead body on the ground, I might have to do that kind of shit with real-time story time. I might have to say, I got my uncle, I got my grandpappy in to do real-time story time with us. He's gonna help us do the real-time story time because I'm out of commission. I might have to do that. I don't know. I might have to do a character just to kind of roll with it, you know what I mean? Just to go with it, because if I try to do it my normal way, it ain't gonna work. It ain't gonna work. It's difficult. It is difficult. So it's just not fun. Not fun at all. All right. So anyway, enough belly aching. Let's go ahead and start talking about shit going on, in the world today. So we've been talking a little bit about how society as a whole seems to be going kind of bananas. And let's see, Cali is fucking burned. All illegal pot grows. Yeah, I think Cali is burning for more reasons than that. Speaking of Cali, that was one of the things we're going to talk about. So, blackouts looming for millions of people in California. Winds reaching 85 miles an hour. Major wildfire rage near Los Angeles and the wineries north of San Francisco. Decade of darkness for spring generator windfall. So, California is starting to get more and more fucked. And I'm kind of torn because there's a part of me that's like, that, that's really unfortunate. There's another part of me that says the people that are running California have been for a long time are going to be learning a valuable lesson here. I think there's warfare going on, and I think California is ground zero for some of this warfare. So we'll see what happens there. But ouch. Getting back to the madness, one of the things that's interesting, it says, I saw an article earlier today, 41% of the world's population is under 24 and they're angry. And there's a surge in protests across the planet. And Chile has had its ass whooped by a bunch of protests. And then Barcelona, Lebanon, and Iraq. So right now, there's a whole lot of bullshit unraveling. A lot of craziness. Then another article I saw that caught my attention was, the drones are coming. Amazon, Alphabet, Uber take flight. Drones. Everywhere, fucking drones. So it's going to be interesting to see. Let's see. Lyra, don't know if I'll be able to be here for long. I have having a lot of internet problems and bad lagging today. So if I happen to disappear, you know why. Okay, Lyra. Thank you. So yeah, it's a lot of crazy shit going down. A lot of crazy shit. And you can't help but wonder, what else can happen, right? What else can happen in the world? And the short answer is a lot. This may seem like this is horrible shit and blah, 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 but the reality is this is just kind of a symptom of a problem that is growing every single day. And unfortunately, things could get far worse. And I expect they will. I don't expect things to get better anytime soon. I expect it to get worse. And part of the problem is technology. So with technology the way it is, we have a whole generation of kids that have basically grown up. It's like crack cocaine. And like the crack babies of the 90s, we got the internet babies now. And the internet is useful for a lot of things, but it's also very detrimental. All of these cravings for likes and dislikes, and it's very addicting. And they've already done a lot of research to show how the internet is adversely affecting the world. not just these kids though, it's also affecting us, full grown people. And there's a lot of reasons for it. But I think the number one is this digital fake persona. I think people like to be validated, and they want to feel like they're part of something. And they're losing that human connection, because all of this virtual stuff, it's just virtual. It's not real. And what I mean by not real is it's not physical. You could have digital relationships, interactions, things of that nature, and the internet could be a boom. It could be very useful. My mom's in California. I'm here. If I want to see her, I could do a video chat with her and we could see each other. We could email, we can, call, whatever. But at the same time, it's not the same thing as me getting up, getting in my car, driving somewhere, hang out with a person, and interacting in a real 3D space. Well, I tell you, this shit right here sucks. Oh, my mouth is just. Part of the problem is this bottom denture here. There's a spot right down in here where I think it's got too much, and it's stabbing inside of the lip and the gum. Oh, it fucking hurts. Internet is double-edged sword in a way. Yes, it is. Call my IP server. Increase the speed of my connection. They said it could take up to half hour for the change to take place. Oh, got you. I would much rather have a physical relationship than virtual. I FaceTime my dad and brother, but that's it. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard. On the one hand, it's useful. Like when my wife was in Washington and I was here, it was useful because I could see her, we could talk, and it helped to be able to actually see her. But it's not the same. It's not the same thing. And the internet also, because it provides us so much information, people look to influencers as opposed to really digging deep and doing their own research, which blows my mind, because the internet, from a research point of view, is one of the most powerful tools on the planet. The amount of information that you have at your fingertips is just mind-boggling. It's just mind-boggling. But you see people rather spend the bulk of their time on Snapchat or swiping to find the next fuck or whatever, and it's problematic. It's problematic. I mean, we see all walks of life completely addicted to the internet. Our president, he spends a ton of time on Twitter, and he's using it to a point to disseminate his own personal information, which is not bad. I don't fault him for that, but I do think he's probably very addicted to social media, and there's a lot. Some of these people look things up on Wiki and take it as so fact. Well, yeah, the problem with Wikipedia is anybody can go in and edit that, so you could get a whole lot of fake information. And that's the other problem we're having now. We're going into this Orwellian environment where how do you know what's real and what's not real? Like, how can you, like in the old days, if you saw a video on something, you're like, yeah, that's it. That's it, you know? But now, man, you can see a video and it looks perfect. All right, Tenchi. Good night. Clocks went back tonight. My brain thinks it's later than it is. Do we have that going on tonight? Is daylight savings kicking in? When is daylight savings? Daylight savings, November 3rd. So not quite yet. So we fall back November 3rd. Okay. Clocks went back tonight. My brain thinks it's later than it is. Why did your clock go back, Tenchi? Oh, for UK, you guys already do it? Wow, that's crazy. Oh, I guess it's, yeah. Daylight savings in the US. Okay. Yeah, for us, it's in November 3rd. Crazy. I did not know that you guys all had different times. That's funny. Okay. So anyway, how do we get past all this bullshit and find a way for us to focus and improve ourselves and not get caught up in the bullshit? Because there's a lot of bullshit out there right now. There's a lot. And it's really easy to get depressed. Really easy. So what I tend to do is every night, well, for me, every morning, every time I get ready for bed, before I go to sleep, I say thank you for all of the things that I have. And I kind of go through a list. And then the first thing I do in the morning when I wake up is I again remind myself of those things. And by doing that, I kind of put my mind in a positive mindset. And the other thing too is, I tell myself whenever I get faced with a challenge, like my teeth, I don't want to get in a depressive state. So what I say is, yeah, it sucks right now, right this second. It sucks, but it'll be fine. I got this. And I don't sit and try to complain about it. I'll say, somebody asks a question, how's it going? I'm like, I'm not gonna lie to somebody. I'm saying, fuck, I suck right now. I have really bad pain. And I'm uncomfortable. I'm grumpy. And some of that's also me trying to communicate and let people know, dude, don't fuck with me right now because I really don't feel good. I'm really out of it. So I'm letting you know I don't feel good. And this is kind of proof in the pudding right here. I had the procedure Tuesday, and it went for a few hours. I think it started at 2 and I was done around 5. So 5 o'clock Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, Saturday. So here we are, 4th day. And if I were to take these out and show you all the holes, oh, you'd be sick. You'd be like, ugh, that's gross. Ugh. And all of this hurts. All this hurts. But I'm like, it's going to hurt no matter what. So, and I've been practicing in my speech because there's certain letters, S's. S's seem to be really difficult. S and SH. Like shh, shh. It's getting better. It's getting better. You should have heard it the first few times I was trying to do it. The second thing I'm realizing is the saliva. Saliva is becoming, because it's tearing down here and it's saliving. And so I think once everything heals up, some of that will be mitigated. But anyway, so I tell myself, yeah, no problem. I got this. I can get through this. I just have to focus, put my mind to it and do it. And that's my advice is, you know, we get a backpack full of shit every day. All of us. I don't care who you are. I don't care how rich you are. Granted, poor folks might have 2 or 3 backpacks. But that's just part of the course, right? And then you have sometimes your backpack's really light, and you have sometimes your backpack's really heavy, and there's sometimes your backpack's light, but you grab somebody else's and you carry it. Sometimes they thank you for it, sometimes they don't. It doesn't really matter. I'm just letting everybody know we all have our own shit to deal with. So, mindset's first and foremost. And I think the mindset is imperative the harder the situation becomes. So me and my daughter have been watching scary movies. And I watched the new Chucky. Oh, it was horrible. Horrible fucking movie. And then we watched Evil Dead 2, Reanimator. We've been watching just, it's Halloween time, so we watch the scary movies. But the character Ash in Evil Dead is a good example. Good example of a character with the right kind of mindset, right? So, first movie, he's up there with his sister and his friends and his girlfriend, and everybody dies, right? And looks like his ass gets taken, right? No, I haven't seen Dark Christmas. Then, Evil Dead 2 comes along, and instead of his friends and his sister and him, it's just him and his girlfriend. In the cabin, girlfriend gets killed, he gets possessed, blah, 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 fight. But I was watching it and I was laughing because my daughter made the observation, this poor guy goes through all this shit, loses the love of his life, chops off his right hand, maybe he's left-handed, but, assume he's right-handed, and he just goes through all this shit, and he's cracking jokes every so often. And she was like, is that realistic? I'm like, oh. I believe it is, because the bigger the shit I go through, the more I crack jokes. The more I think it's fucking hilarious. Because I have to laugh. I have to sit back and just say, fuck it, whatever. It is what it is. And have to have fun with it. Because if I don't, then I'm not getting my mindset where it needs to be for me to be able to handle a situation. And if I can't handle a situation, then I'm really no use to my family and my friends, right? Because a lot of times they look to me. So, I look at that and I kind of laugh. And then I see some other movies where a monster or something's coming and the person is just like, oh, 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 oh. And then people are like, monster, we gotta go. Oh, oh, oh. And then they slap the person. Oh, 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 oh. And all is like, fuck. And what happens to those people? They die. What about other people that are like negative through the situation? Oh, we're gonna fucking die, and yeah. Guess what? That person dies. Almost every movie, the most negative Nancy, the asshole, the one that's just the most pessimistic, in the horror genre, that person dies. Even if they're right about a situation, like, no, don't open the door. Fuck them. We got to take care of ourselves. Blah, blah, blah. And then, oh, you know what? I haven't seen that, but I've seen the trailers on that. I think that's a new movie, isn't it? Is that a new movie? I think that's a new movie you're talking about there. That's a new one. It's Sorority House. Yeah, I think I've seen the trailers on that. Anyway, so if you don't have the right mindset, and you don't have to be strong. You don't have to be the strongest person in the world. You just have to be able to tell yourself, fuck it. I got it. Oh, they're remaking that then, Garen. They're remaking it then. Because the one I saw is a new one. Same exact setup. Same setup. So I wouldn't be surprised if they rebooted it. Because they do that all the fucking time. Blows my mind. But yeah, I mean, it's like you gotta get your mind right. And it doesn't matter how strong you are, anything else. It's just you have to be able to tell yourself, no matter what, I got this. I got this. And you can practice this every day with little things. Little things. You know, you get yeah, I don't know. You get a bit of bad news, a bill, car breaks, whatever. Right when you're about to lose your shit, pause, take a breath, 2 or 3, and go, okay, fuck it, I got it. And even if you don't got it, just say, I got it. We can do that scene out of High Anxiety. I got it. I don't got it. I don't got it. Right? But sooner or later, you'll get it. But, you just have to put your mind to it. Because if you can't, or you won't, then you're basically choosing the alternative, which is, I can't. And if you say I can't, then you can't. That's it. It's done. It doesn't matter what you think. If you say you can't do something, you can't do it. That's it. So, try to be positive, even if it's a really shitty adverse situation. Anyway, one of the benefits of kind of being down and out is I was able to play a little bit more of Borderlands 3. And it's fun. It's fun. I took my main character and made the mistake of trying to do some stuff on Mayhem 2 Mayhem 2. It's a mode you can toggle. You can toggle Mayhem 1, Mayhem 2, Mayhem 3 after you finish the game. And I made the mistake of trying to put that bitch in Mayhem 2, and I don't have good gear, so I kept dying. And I kept getting frustrated. Fuck, die, you motherfucker. And then I kept fighting. Finally, on the attempt number 9, my dog's sitting next to me. And I'm whittling this guy's health down little by little. And I finally beat him. And I know it's a video game, but I needed a solid win because, my mouth hurts and I've been really grumpy, and not being able to articulate and say things the way I want to say it. It's difficult. Now let me back up, explain why. So growing up, I had a really bad hearing problem. And they had to put tubes in my ear. And when they did, they kept falling out. I kept having more and more scar tissue in my ears that affected the way I was hearing things. And I was pretty young. So I had a speech impediment. I had a hard time saying certain words. And I got teased a lot when I was young. But I worked at it, worked my ass off. I went to a speech therapist. We talked, we did all these drills, we did all kinds of stuff. And so for a long time, I actually felt okay with the way I was talking. Even hearing myself, when I first did the first set of videos, oh, I cringed hard. Like, oh my God, this is horrible. Like, horrible. That's why every so often, somebody tell me, oh, my wife can't stand to listen to you. Like, for whatever reason, your voice just grates on her or whatever. And I'm like, yeah, I feel her, because I feel that same way. It's all insecurities that we all have, but I have insecurities over the way I speak and a few other things. So when I was trying to talk, the first time I had these in, I had deja vu. I was flashing back, and it was this horrible, horrible, horrifying thing for me. It was very, very difficult. Very difficult. Let's see. Do you have a favorite style, model, pen to write with? Actually, no, I don't. I have a couple of favorite pens that I have that were custom made for me, that I love and I cherish. One was made by a former viewer of the channel, Brooke, who died. He made me a couple of pins, and I absolutely love those pins. And I put those in a very safe spot because I don't want to lose them. Hey, what's up, Brian? But the pins that I use on a regular basis are cheapies, Pilot pins, things like that. I don't have anything special. In fact, a lot of times I'll just use regular number 2 pencils, right? But so it was a difficult thing for me, for my mind, to fall back into this. I find your voice is okay. I like it. I like listening to it. I find it calming. Thank you. Well, it's funny. I think when I talk, it puts people to sleep. My kids fall asleep. My dog falls asleep. My wife falls asleep. And I think it's just because I talk. That's the other thing about me is, since I was a little kid, I always talked. And part of that is because I had that speech impediment. So for me, being able to speak clearly was always a reassuring thing for me, because I had to work so fucking hard at it. I had to work really hard. Reading also. Something I had to really work hard at because I have dyslexia really bad. So lowercase d's and b's and things like that would always trip me up. So it made me feel really good as time went by, being able to read. You know what I mean? And so that makes me feel better. Brian, California getting hit again by those plasma weapons. Yep. Yeah, it's weird. It almost seems like there's a concerted effort in those states. There's a secondary result they're going for. I'm not trying to set fires. I think they're trying to melt chambers and some other stuff and cause some big quakes. That's what I think. As I'm watching more and more, and it keeps spreading. Originally, I thought they were just kind of systematically taking out opposition forces. But I don't know. I think there's some stuff going on that we're just not privy to, and we'll see. Maybe there's underground dwellers that were going to come up through California and Arizona and New Mexico, and they're attacking below the surface with these weapons. All I know is it's crazy. The amount of fires and plasma flares that we see, pretty crazy. I get a chat from Brian probably at least once every 2 days with some updates from that one channel we were talking about last week or the week before that. that's been catching these plasma events. So I'm just letting you guys know, it's hard. Like, you guys might not hear it. You guys might not notice it as bad as I do. But like all of those little whistles and all of the S's that aren't quite right and things like that, they just, oh man, they just, oh my God, they yank at me. They really, really bother me. And talking is not easy right now because, like I said, every time I say certain words, there's a tear right down here. It just hurts. Top seems to be pretty good so far. Bottoms are a little bit hard too because right back here along the jaw, I had some bone spurs from when I did the first extractions, so they had to cut in and grind all of that down. So there's an area on the inner part of that area that has a cut, huge cut, and so the teeth that are sitting on it, it's like, imagine you have a cut, right? Any of our mouths, they're like really sensitive, right? So you have a cut, but you have a hard piece of plastic that's just riding and wiggling on it constantly. Every time I say certain words, and see how my word that W right here and here, I can just feel it. So it's crazy. What's up, Magic in the motherfucking house? What's crack-a-lacking, dude? None. I'm just telling the good folks here about me being a grandpa with my fucking dentures. You know what I'm saying? So many fires for the past few years in Cali that I do understand why they can't be too many forests left to burn. It's bad you don't have those permanent dentures installed. I can't do the permanents because the jaw is so degraded. There's nothing to put posts in. You know, there's nothing to put them in. They said maybe as time goes by I can go back, but in regards to California and forests, it's not necessarily forest land that's growing. They got overgrown bushes, weeds, things like that. That grow during the summertime. It gets really dry, and then there's fires. And you know, it is what it is. I don't think the fires are natural. I think these fires are all man-made, and not by like an arson in a normal sense of the word. There's some really crazy. I mean, fire is not selective. It doesn't say, I'm going to burn his house down, but leave the yard and trees alone. It doesn't do that. But yet, in California, we see these anomalistic fires all the time. Oh, look, this car is completely slagged, melted, but these trees and the grass next to it are fine. It's like, how is that even fucking possible? You know, a fucking car slagged, melted. It's like, wow. Not saying I've ever set cars on fire or anything, but you know, if I were to say I set a car on fucking fire, I've never seen a car slagged ever in my entire life. I've seen areas of the car severely burned with accelerant, but I've never seen a car slagged with a skeleton inside that bitch. Anyway, there's just, I mean, it's at the point now where they must just not care because they're like, you know what, fuck it. Because the minute we try to tell anybody this, we sound crazy. You sound completely bananas. They're like, really, Rob? Really? You think that's like a laser weapon? You Star Wars? That's what you think? Like, I don't know what it is. I don't. I just know those fires don't make no goddamn sense. whatsoever. They don't make no sense. No logical sense whatsoever. I just saw a thing the other day. They're talking about taking fluoride out of the water now. And I'm like, interesting. Yeah, they didn't want to take the fluoride out because the fluoride that's in there has done such a good job getting people pacified that nobody wants to do the Civil War that they've been working so hard to create. The motherfuckers, I hate you and I hate you. You want to fight? Nah, it's too much work. So they're like, let's get rid of the fluoride. So now, without the fluoride, people go back to being angry and actually doing shit. So, yeah, whatever. It is what it is. Tesla's death rate? Yeah, probably. Probably. I wouldn't be surprised. Or some kind of a hybrid. But yeah, I definitely think death ray is appropriate. I mean, part of me is also like, fuck, if I got hit with a death ray and it's so intense and so powerful that it melts off all my skin, slags my car, and I'm just a skeleton on my car, it's got to be a pretty quick death. You know what I'm saying? What EDC bag are you using these days? I'm using a Maxpedition. It's their computer bag. I have two different ones that I use. I have the Maxpedition AGR. Let's see, Maxpedition. I have two bags that I use. I have a backpack, and then I have this computer bag called it's off the Entity line. Let's see. I'll tell you what it is. I have the Entity Text Sling. The Text Sling Bag Large is my everyday EDC. I use that all the fucking time. And then I have kind of a go bag backpack also from Maxpedition. It's the AGR Wolfspur, I think. Let me see. Let me double check. I think it's a Wolfspur. I think that's what I use on my backpacks. It is... No, I stand corrected. It is the Rift Core, I think. Yeah, it's not the Wolfspur. It's the Rift Core. Yep, that's the backpack I used. Yeah, Rift Core. Yep, the 23 liter. So those are the ones that I use almost all the time. And then I got a couple Oakley backpacks that are loaded up heavy. And then I have like two of the Oakley backpacks. I have a couple backpacks from V3. V3, right? Or 3V Gear. 3V Gear. So those are my main bags. And then after that, then I've got bigger bags, duffel bags, loaded out with med gear, camping gear, things like that, in case we have to bug out, which I really don't want to do. I don't ever want to bug out, but if we have to bug out, I have a lot of stuff kind of squirreled away, ready to go. But yeah, I'd rather bug in because I have a shit ton of gear just for to load up and be ready right here. But anyway, I have my camping gear packed just in case. I can't call it my BOB because if I called it that, my family would call me crazy and laugh at me. Yeah, that's the other problem. That's the other problem. Yeah, Oakley bags are fucking really solid. Really solid. And I've got the ones that have like the fireman clasp on them. And I'll use that when I'm doing the trade shows and stuff because they're bigger. They have more capacity. My Maxpedition though, like if I could have some Maxpedition right now, I want I want the Iron Storm. I want like 3 Iron Storms. That's what I'd like to have. But yeah. Yeah, I like my little tech bag, my tech sling pack. I really like that. I like it a lot. It actually works out pretty well. I want the Oakley kitchen sink. Yeah, those are pretty cool. Check out the page for buffalo wool items. They gave bag and stuff made from bison leather too. Which one? Check out the page for buffalo wool items. Where? Let's see, Brian. I'm thinking of buying a Honda Monkey 125cc bike, 185 miles per gallon, 65 miles top speed. Yeah, that's cool. That's cool. 185 miles a gallon. Fuck yeah. That's fucking dope. I saw this it's like a work truck in Japan that they have these conversion kits that they do, turn them into like campers, but like it's not so giant that you can't park it in regular stalls. Like I saw a video on it, and I was like, that's dope. And the cool thing about it is, I think the import and everything else on it was like $30,000, and I was like, that's fucking doable. I haven't had a chance to talk to the wife about it, but yeah, there's a couple of things I'd like to get, but I don't know. I have other things I have to take care of first. One thing I have really glaring in my preps right now is a generator. Like I have a ton of solar things, I think of that nature, but I do not have a generator, and I really need one. I really need one. Mom thinks the government is fighting with Sasquatch in the wilderness. The fires are cover for the fighting line. Could be. Could be. Who knows? You know, who knows? Like I said before, what if Sasquatch is like a Wookiee? It's another race, right? So I'm not saying that's not even a realm possibility. With the crazy shit going on right now, I would not be surprised in the least if the shit that's out there was just melt somebody else's brain. I just look at it and be like, that makes sense. It makes sense to me. There's farmer ranch that raises bison, makes yarn and socks and hats made from the long hair on their back. Oh, cool. Yeah, I think people should really invest in some cold weather gear. Because I think before everything is said and done, we're going to be dealing with some really, 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 really harsh winters. And I think having just a few bits of kit that, not to give you a southern complex or anything, but these dentures kind of give you a southern accent of some words. Yeah, I know. I'm well aware of it. It's that S is this shit. The slurpant, the silvery slippery snake said shit. You know what's up, Drop Forge? No, I'm just bitching about my my dentures and how fucking hard it is to deal with them, and talking about different stuff, preps, gear, things like that. I'd like to have a few MREs for the first few days until I get settled somewhere to be able to gather more food. Yeah, I have some MREs that some of my military friends get me on a regular basis. I have those sitting in the other room. Maybe when I put that care kit together for you, I'll throw some MREs in there for you. I'll tell you what flavors I have, so you can tell me what flavors you'd like to have on there. Here we go. The sixth sheep sick. See how hard it is? This shit is so fucking hard, man. It hurts too. Hurts to talk. That's why it's a good thing that I love talking, because if I didn't love talking, it wouldn't be a video right now, because my shit is not happy right now. And I have to keep drinking so I can have a even distribution of the stuff in my mouth. Otherwise, what happens is it gets all wet down here, and then it's like starts to get all sloppity slop and start spitting on the mic. Good thing I got this little protector here to keep the microphone from getting all wet. But yeah, it sucks. It's kind of hard, man. Kind of hard. Let's see here. What that was listed as one of the toughest younger twisters. Oh, tongue twisters. Yeah, I bet. Let's see. The sixth sheep's sick. Yeah, that's hard. The sixth. This that word sixth. It's hard for me. Sixth sick. Sick is okay. Sick's not bad. Sheiks. That sh. Sheiks. Sixth. That sixth is fucking hard. Sheep's sick. That's crazy. Anyway, get back to it. Yeah, so the one thing I am missing out of all my preps is a generator. I have a bunch of solar things which are fine to keep the flashlights and everything charged up to where they need to be. But as far as bigger items like fridges, my CPAP, things of that nature, I have a big glaring hole there. So, you know, that's on the list. So obviously I need to get that before I get any kind of a camper or anything else. How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? I think that one's fine. How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? How much wood could a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? Nowadays, everybody want to talk like they got something to say, but nothing comes out. So when they move the lips, it's a bunch of gibberish. And motherfuckers act like they forgot about Dre. There's certain things I can do. There's certain things I can't do. And that one that Garen threw out there is a bitch in a fucking half. You know, it's a fucking... it's a bitch in a buzzsaw. It's a fuckaroo. It's not fun. But yeah, that one, sixth. See that word, sixth. That X followed by a TH. Sixth. Ooh, that's a rough one. But it's good though. That gives me a word to practice. Because I have to, you know, real-time story time, for example, I have to be able to articulate certain words. Especially if you motherfuckers come along and throw out those fucked up words. And I will, for the record, Karen, I swear to almighty fucking God, if you throw that word sixth at me tomorrow, I'm just going to ignore you. I'm just going to ignore that fucking word. There will be no sixth or a variant of that. Don't be an asshole, because that shit is fucked up. Because I got one more fucking real time to do tomorrow, and I'm actually dreading it, because I'm like, fuck. It's gonna be interesting, I think. No matter what, it's gonna be a fucking interesting thing tomorrow. But anyway, what's I want to follow up with you guys? So yeah, the other thing about dentures is, I guess apparently with the food, I tried. So I eat chicken noodle soup. Chicken noodle soup, and the broth is great. The noodles are fine because I can press my tongue against the top of my mouth and that squishes things up. But trying to chew, it's so hard. It's so hard. I don't care who throws it out. Anybody throws it out, I'm ignoring that shit. I'm just not doing it because it's too fucking hard. Sixth. Yeah, this is too hard. It makes me fucking, it makes it difficult, you know. What does that say? How much shit can Snake Plissken sicken shit up if Snake Plissken could sicken shit up? Oh, fuck yeah. Our friend is so proud now because the 17-year-old son has his first girlfriend. Yeah, they're proud until that girl gets, knocked up and you have to do a shotgun wedding. I'm happy that my girl was with your boy, but the motherfucker got my girl knocked up. So now we're doing a shotgun wedding. Oh, fuck. I don't know. I know, I told my kids, start dating and everything, but get the heartbreak and everything else going because you have to go through that. But just understand, you fuck around, there's consequences, and the consequences are long lasting. Like, there's no way around it. You know what I mean? He's a shy person. Yeah, I get it. I derived that from the fact that, Garen said, our friend is so proud now her 17-year-old son has his first girlfriend. I get that. I understood that. What the implications there were. But, just the sad thing is you get a shy person and get a girl. Hopefully the girl is not going to abuse the shit out of that relationship because they realize, oh wow, this person is loving me so fucking much, I can do whatever the fuck I want because this person is not gonna walk away from me, Anyway, I think I just heard my doorbell. I don't hear anything now. I think I can check it. Hang on. So yeah, we will continue doing the shows. You guys are just gonna have to, be patient with me while I'm learning how to get all my speech back to the way it's supposed to be. And wow, Ring changed all their shit. Okay, that is crazy. They changed their whole application. That's nuts. Let's see. I see that was my son 2 hours ago went outside. Anybody outside there right now ringing the doorbell? No, there's nobody there. That's weird. I was my ex first girlfriend and he was 21. My son 2 was 21 before he had his first girlfriend. They're both shy people too. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard. Challenge Sarge's voice. Do your voices. Okay. Let's see. I can't remember how Sarge. Let's see. I can't remember how Sarge was. I remember. Let's see. Steve is. Sup, bitches? Yeah. This is Steve, right? Yeah, Steve. Sup, bitches? And then there's Randy is. Yeah, hey, it's Randy. Yeah, well, you motherfuckers could kiss my ass. Yeah, it's Randy. And then there was Damien. Yes, this is Damien. And Damien will rip your soul. Oh, Damien's hard. Especially when he's saying rip your soul because Sarge. See, Sarge was a little bit more barky. I have to move this back away. What is your major malfunction, numbnuts? I will rip out your spleen. I don't know. I can't remember Sarge. I haven't done Sarge in like, I think a year and a half, at least. I don't know. Oh, fuck. It was pretty fucking funny. But, Sup, bitches, yeah. I think Steve is probably not too hard because he always kind of has a little bit of a to the way he talks, so it kind of hides some of the S's. Yeah, I can still hear a little bit, but not as much. 6 is the second number of the shit. Oh, fuck. I miss those guys. They were fun to do. It just takes so long to edit them. That's the problem. I just don't have the time anymore. Anyway, yeah, we're going to end it now. I think somebody left the package in front of the door there. I could see something sitting right there. I think that's what it was. Somebody came up, rang the doorbell, and just dropped the package off. So I'm going to go ahead and end it now. That's it for now. We will do this again next week. And you gotta start using the voices in your stories. Every week there are the character. They are the character. Oh, so they're telling the story? That could get really hard on the throat, man. Oh shit, that could be rough.
Yeah, so then there I was, walking down the street, and then I saw this motherfucker, he stuck a dick in my asshole.
Maybe. It could work, I guess. I could, maybe I could tell a story from one of the characters' point of view. Or maybe something that's something inside the story has a voice very similar to it. Yeah, it might be able to. I don't know. Maybe I'll try it tomorrow. I don't know. Can't hurt. I got my speech impediment right now anyway, so I could try it. I don't know. We'll see what happens tomorrow. You know, you kind of give me a couple ideas already, so we'll see what happens tomorrow. Because tomorrow's our last Halloween real-time story time. Real-time story time. Yeah, it's better than it was the other day. The other day, I couldn't even say that. I couldn't even say real-time story. That story was fucking me up. Real-time story time. All right. Well, we'll see what happens tomorrow. Okay, guys. Yeah, it's going to be fun anyway. Yeah, that's true. It'll be fucking retarded. We'll have fun with it. If it's really bad, then I just won't do the podcast of it. Because I think podcast with somebody with headphones, that might be ear rape. I don't know. We'll see what happens. That's it, guys. I will see you motherfuckers tomorrow. Be safe and be good. Keep your head on a swivel and all that jazz. If you like it, please subscribe. Tell your friends far and wide. Until next time, motherfuckers, please be good to yourself, good to each other. Go out, live life to the fullest, ride the bus to the wheels fall off. Get some scars, find some love, all that jazz. And I will see you motherfuckers next time.